Hello and welcome to Take 10 Training. We certainly appreciate all of our banker colleagues signing in for today's training opportunity, Increasing Your Competitiveness. Over the past 12 months, I've had the pleasure and privilege of probably talking to over 150 bankers, and we certainly know it's been a challenging environment the last 18 months and probably the next 12 months, and you're probably wondering what are some of the growth challenges for your bank. In today's topic, we'll be talking about some of those growth challenges and really the opportunities that our special rate program offers you. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about how that special rate program provides you preferred rates. So with that said, let's get started. As I mentioned earlier, what are today's realities? Financially strong businesses have survived the economic downturn. And in fact, they're looking for new banking relationships. Unfortunately, as we know, there are many challenged banks today that can't even support strong credit clients. This presents growth opportunities for your bank. How can you pursue those growth opportunities? Well, I'd ask that you consider our special rate program. And let me tell you a little bit of background about that. There's a bank in northern Michigan that was competing with a couple other banks and an equipment leasing company as well, going after a transaction. And the banker called us and said, I need a more competitive rate. And we designed the special rate program to allow the bank to receive a better than market rate and for the client to receive a preferred rate that others cannot match, thereby increasing the competitiveness of your bank, which of course is today's topic. So how does the special rate work? The best way to do that is to kind of sit with your good credit clients, who of course everybody is after, and ask a couple key questions. The first one would be, will you be having any major capital expenditures in the future, so that you can identify how best to position your bank with your client. Also, as we return to fundamentals, bankers are always focused on cash flow realities and projections. Certainly you can have that conversation as well. Then ask the client, with that type of equipment acquisition, would a lower monthly payment be helpful for you? And we certainly all know the answer to that. What are the benefits for the clients? We start to think about Work Financial and your bank's special rate program. As mentioned, they achieve a lower monthly payment. They also obtain the tax advantages that their CPA deems appropriate. They should always check with their CPA. And you're going to benefit from establishing stronger client relationships through providing them with a preferred rate. There's benefits for the bank as well. You will achieve increased loan production. It will give you a competitive edge over other banks and manufacturer-based leasing companies. Remember the story that I told in terms of how we designed the special rate program? The whole idea was to make that bank more competitive. And you will extend your service portfolio by being able to offer both loan and lease options, because we know over 60% of today's businesses do lease some type of equipment. So how do you implement the Work Financial special rate program? First off, schedule that review with your top commercial clients and ask them and a couple other key questions that we reviewed on the earlier slide. Because in that process, you're going to be helping them determine their cash flow realities and growth needs for 2010. And here is where you can provide real value added based on your own personal banking experience. You're then going to offer the client the opportunity to work with your bank and work to use our special rate program. Using that program, we're going to be able to offer anywhere from 2 to 4% below your bank rate. This will provide them with that lower monthly payment that I talked about and give you the competitive edge. So as you're continuing those discussions with the client, the whole idea is even if they don't need the equipment today, you're going to be able to identify the need and establish a special rate lease line of credit with them for the balance of 2010 and the future. So let's take an example. Of course, we all like healthcare, and we've done many transactions using special rate in the healthcare marketplace, from equipment to office furniture, even vehicles. And in this situation, you can see that the client needed $100,000 for a major conference room for their clinic. We were able to work with one of our banking partners where they were able to obtain a 9% rate on a 36-month lease, and Work Financial actually bought down that rate 3 points to 6%, thereby knocking out the competition and helping the client achieve the lower monthly payment that you see on the screen. Manufacturing, as we know, manufacturing continues to be big in Michigan, and it is getting stronger. Companies are finally moving forward in purchasing the new equipment that they need to fulfill orders. And in this case, we looked at a $300,000 CNC with an affiliate bank, and using our special rate program on a longer term, because it was a heavier asset, we're able to take the bank rate of 8% and provide the client a 6% rate. Bank still got their 8%. As you can see the payment difference, the client achieved that lower monthly payment benefit. Well, we've talked a lot about the bank winning. We've talked a lot about the client winning. Where does Wirt Financial win in this partnership? Well, where we make our money is on the buyout. That 10% residual at the end of the lease comes to Wirt Financial. We're taking out the funds to buy down the bank rate, the 2 to 4 points that you see on the screen, from your rate. We carry that as an unsecured investment on our books, and we wait for the 10% buyout at the end of the lease term, whether it's 24 or 60 months. So in this situation, it clearly is win, win, win for the bank, the client, and for Wirt Financial. We certainly appreciate your interest here on the topic increasing your competitiveness. We're happy to come on site and chat with you and your colleagues to talk more about the special rate, as well as our other commercial finance programs and equipment leasing programs. Please feel free to visit our website. We look forward to seeing you in our future webinar series.